Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this right here is Tom Clark's Main Event. What's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. We're here with you. It's 12-ish. It's 12:06. You're going to fault the guy for being 6 minutes late. I had stuff to do. I'm a stuff-doing kind of guy. There's stuff, and I go do it. You know what people say about me? If there's stuff to be done, Tom's going to go do it. Believe that. So I did it. I woke up early this morning, crack of dawn, okay? Wrote a little something, which we'll talk about in a scoosh. Had some coffee. Had some more coffee. Watched some Cobra Kai. Wrapped the season up. If you haven't seen it, are you missing out? Yes, you are. It's so bad that it's amazing. I grew up watching the Karate Kid movies, man. I'm just saying. Then we had some other stuff going on. Happy Friday to you. This is the first edition of Tom Clark's Main Event, Ode to New Year. Episode, I was getting ready to say 545. Wouldn't that be awesome? We'll get there. Be patient. Episode 255 of the podcast is live in a living color. And if you're just listening to the audio portion of this show, man, are you missing out? Yes, indeed you are. You're missing a world of fun right there at your fingertips, baby, because the show's available all over the place. Every one of you here right now, hit the thumbs up, hit the heart button, and hit the little ring ding ding, the little bell for the notifications. That way you know when Tom Clark's Main Event Represent goes live here on the Wrestling Rumors, as well as Tom Clark's Main Event Facebook page. We're also on the Twitter machine and the Instagram. Go check us out. Tom Clark writes, W-R-I-T-S, by God till I'm dead in the ground. You know how I'm going out, right? I'm going to go out saving the world from undead Nazi ninjas. That's how I'm going out. Machine gun in one arm, samurai sword in the other hand. Bullets draped across me. Crazy ninja skills at my disposal. Headband, because I need it. Right? Riding a cobra. When this stuff makes the papers, you're going to go, holy God, he was right. The papers? Am I dating myself? When this stuff makes the social media, you'll be like, oh my God, he's right. Tom, did you believe what Tom did? He totally saved the world riding a cobra. Hashtag riding the cobra. That may deliver some results that I didn't intend on delivering. Don't look up hashtag ride the cobra. It's probably a bad idea. Everyone, please hit the heart and the thumbs up. It takes you a half second, not even a millisecond. It puts no money in my pocket. It takes no money out of yours. Just show us some love, baby. I don't ask for much. Do I ask for much? Honest to God, do I? Be honest. Don't lie. Don't work a brother, okay? Don't let it happen. I know what you're thinking. How long are you going to freaking rant? All day, baby. All day. Smart Mark Gray. What's up, my friend? Sugar Shane Odom in the house. Will Moore. What's going on, my friend? Greg Lancaster. Where are you? There you be. Afternoon and good New Year. Good New Year. Good New Year. Happy New Year. That's it. To you as well. Jumpin' Jeff Sharma in the house. What's going on? Everyone, please be happy and rejoice. Christopher Wilson has arrived. Rejoice. Yes. What's up? Gina's here as well. Look upon my works, ye mighty, and despair. Belinda, good morning to you. If my boy Sandy in Germany's not here, I'm going to be very upset. Mark went to day one. Had my Fiend shirt and my authentic Fiend belt. Oh, there you go, man. As long as you have fun. CRC in the house. I could get used to this Mr. Clark stuff. I'm digging that. How are you, my friend? Air Jackson. You know I gave you your nickname. It's all good. Chad, too bad. I'm not mythical. I'm right before your very eyes. How are you, my friend? Toby, you listen, anybody out there that got snow in the country yesterday, keep it. I'm not interested. I don't want you stupid snow. I'm snow free. Snow free in 2022. What's up, Tim? How are you, my friend? James, what's going on? What am I hearing about the Royal Rumble? Nothing. Nothing. Toby says Cobra Kai was awesome. Isn't it terrible? I love the cast. And you know what's funny? What's great about that show? They know it's ridiculous and they just have fun with it. I freaking loved it, man. I really do love it. Happy Friday to you, Cherie. Where's my boy Sandy in Germany? Happy New Year to you as well, Wilf. Hello, Charles. How are you, my friend? Sean Allen says it's simple. WWE is trying to be the number 2 promotion, and it's not working. Wow, Sean throwing the heater. Give him the heater, Ricky. There you go. Sandy in Germany. There you are, my friend. Lance from Dudes at Ringside Wrestling Podcast. Please check it out, kids. We'll get into it. Everyone say hello to Brandy. Brandy, you and I need to hang out sometime. I don't know how much. Excuse us while we talk. Brandy is my cousin. I haven't seen her in years. It's a different topic for another time, but I don't really see the family, if I'm being honest with you. A little bit of water there under the bridge. A little bit. You know what I mean? Old wounds, that kind of thing. It's great to see your face. We should hang out sometime. I would say our kids could play together, but I would think our kids may be past that. You know what I mean? Maybe they could play video games together. Maybe that would work. Gene, I love you as well. Thank you so much for hanging out. Toby says, how much coffee have you had? It'll never be enough. I feel really good today. I've had a hard week. I've had a ridiculous week. I've had of course that went wrong kind of week. I'm ready to have some fun with my main event, kids. Double V. The party's not here until Victor shows up. Victor in the house, baby. The Shield getting back together, Tony says. I don't know if you know this, Tony. Jon Moxley is no longer part of WWE. So there you go. All right, kids. Again, before we dig in this week, please hit the heart button, the thumbs up, and hit the ding notifications bell button, if you will. That way you guys know when the show is going live. Before we kick it off, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to hawk some merch. Uh-oh. Say it isn't so. Say it. Too late. I done said it. tinyurl.com/Tom Clark Pods, PODS, and you too can have some well-deserved, well-earned Tom Clark's main event merchandise. Bam! There it is. Uh-oh. Tom Clark is on the net. And yes, there's a second pod, Tom Clark 6M Podcast. We focus on Try it again. We focus on movies, music, Marvel magazines, miniseries, and more. Last night we did our review of The Matrix Resurrections. If you've not seen it, it's a movie. Myself, the great Phil Lindsay, and the one and only Chris Mueller, the doc himself, reviewed the film. It'll be released shortly. This past week's episode was the trio that I just mentioned, myself, Chris, and Phil. And we did Spider-Man No Way Home. If you have not listened, I assure you it's a fun episode. I promise you it is. We delivered. There's the hype. Here's the hype. Here's your boy. Guess what I do? Bam! Deliver it every time. I told you I'm in a good mood, man. Don't nobody crap on it, okay? Let me show you what we got here, kids. We still got the Christmas designs up, the ho-ho-ho kids. Check out that 6M Pod shirt. If you don't like that, there's something wrong with you. The TC6MP. There's the Tom Clark's main event, Metallica-style logo. There's the 6M Movies, Music, Marvels, Magazines, Miniseries, and more. I really love that design. Yes, I designed all these. There's the What's Up Kids design, the Where's the Dog, Say Hey to the Boy, and the Go with God, Brother. And of course, the one and only Hot Garbage. The merch is available on t-shirts, hats, blankets of all things, pillows of all things, socks, for crying out loud, freaking socks, man. Everything you could possibly imagine, I assure you. tinyurl.com/TomClarkPods, PODS, and you too can own some Tom Clark's Main Event or Tom Clark's 6M Podcast merch. Story one of the day. WWE talent cuts again. At this point, I don't know what to say. We have bashed, we have debated, we have ripped. We're not going to give you every name here, but you guys know the story. Road Dogg is gone. William Regal is gone. And as of last night, Samoa Joe is gone. Some other guys, Ace Steel also gone. Dave Kapoor also gone. Let's see. Ryan Katz. I mean, it's, so I want to let you kids in on something here, and I want you to just hang on with me. I wrote a piece this morning because I felt compelled to write it. And I want you guys to listen up because it's called Triple H, NXT, and Talent Cuts. What is the truth? Okay. I wish I could tell you I came to a satisfying answer. However, I can't tell you that I can. I can't tell you that I didn't, but I also can't tell you that I did. There is the column. If you guys would please go peruse it, give me a click. I would very much appreciate it. Here's a bit of it. Triple H has been a major focus of pro wrestling headlines over the past several days. The ironic part, however, is that it's not due to anything that the WWE Hall of Famer specifically done. The reason for his constant name dropping is because of WWE's latest round of talent cuts. That's how we kicked it off. As you can see, I've got it cut up into sections for you, so it's easily digestible. There's an interview with Killer Cross and Scarlett with Renee, and you can go peruse that on the YouTube. The link is also inside the column. Braun Breaker. We're going to talk about all that stuff here today. But anyway, go check it out. You guys let me know what you think. As I've tried to tell you kids more than one time here on the show, multiple times actually, try to keep an open mind. Try not to call things for the way it looks. Try not to sit back and just say, well, they hate Triple H, man. Vince don't like Hunter, man, and they done turned on him. You guys know that he's Hunter's father-in-law, right? Guy's married to the boss's daughter. Look, I got into a friendly debate, because we don't argue, because there's no point in arguing, okay? But Chris and Phil and I got into a little discussion after the show last night, and Phil has a pretty hardline stance, and I'm not disagreeing with Phil at all, because I love the guy. And plus, he's got very valid points. But Phil's take is, look, this is a very obviously, maybe not a swipe at Triple H, but a taking down of the Triple H regime. Everyone that Hunter was connected to, brought in, supported, is being removed. And it's very obvious. I'm not disputing and saying that Phil is wrong. However, I don't think that the motives behind it are as dark and mysterious as other people have suggested that they are. That's me. Now, my columns, if you've ever read anything I've ever written about the business of pro wrestling, just like my podcast, I leave it open for interpretation. I leave it open for you guys, the readers and the audience, to decide what your own opinion and your own take is. I'm not going to tell you what to think, what to feel, or how to feel it. That's up to you. I've always said anyone that operates that way, don't read or listen to their stuff because they're con artists, okay? I've got the scoop. No, you don't. Shut up. You got it and copied and pasted from someone else. That's what you got, okay? So you can either read and listen to me, or you can go do whatever. Go with God, brother. It's totally fine. But I'm always going to give you both sides and let you decide. I do not believe in my heart of hearts this is ill will toward Triple H. Now, do I know for sure? No, of course not. But I'm telling you, I personally don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't believe that's what's going on here. I think that Vince wanted to get his hands on the brand, and he did, and he wanted to change it, and he did. Okay? That's what I think happened here. Do I think that Hunter got his wrist slapped for them supposedly losing the battle to AEW? Not in a million years. I don't believe that personally. Did it happen? I don't know. I'm just trying to give you both sides of it. Shannon, what's up, my friend? She says, we are not there. We don't know the whole story. We may never know. I agree with that. Christopher says Nick Khan needs to go. Chris, Nick Khan is operating at the whim of Vince McMahon. Vince is the one calling the shots. You and I all day long can discourage and disparage Nick Khan and criticize. He's taking marching orders from Vince. If Vince says stop firing today, Nick Khan's going to stop firing today. You see what I'm saying? This is coming from Vince McMahon, dude. Anyone that's upset, Sean says, and I disagree, Sean. This is Vince McMahon's company. Nothing goes on that company without Vince McMahon's sign off. Nothing. The guy sweeping the floor sweeps it in the direction Vince wants it swept. That's the truth. Until I'm told that Vince has been removed or a vote of no confidence, not TV stuff, but real has come through, and Nick Khan's put in a position of power. Vince McMahon is still the man in charge. It is his company. He is calling the shots. He is calling the shots. Period. End of story. Until we know otherwise, that's the truth. What's up? Ray All Day's here, baby. Easy E says, how do you think WWE will function when Vince is no longer? I love your question. I don't know. I'd love to know. But here's what I think. I don't think this thing is going to go the way everybody thinks it does. Remember how the longest time people said, well, he's grooming Triple H to take over. I don't agree with that. I agree with it maybe for a split second until you come to understand that WWE has not only sponsors, but investors, stockholders, shareholders, publicly traded company. Dude, you think they're going to put the former pro wrestler in charge? I like Triple H a lot. It's no disrespect to the game at all, kids. Please understand when I say this. And no, I don't have backstage info on the inner workings of that company, but I would be, quite frankly, surprised. Vince's own son doesn't want it, kids. What does that say to you? Let's see. He says lots of people talk bad about Vince, but gave him the biggest pop at WrestleMania. People let him off the hook. Do you understand? This guy went on live TV, and said that he loves firing people, especially before the holidays. Live TV after releasing 80 people last year. And he's getting off to a grand start this year already in the month of January, baby. And people let him off the hook. Everyone's so mad. Oh, I'm outraged. Then show it. Stop buying tickets. Stop watching the show. Stop shopping on WWE.com. If you're that serious, all you WWE lifers who are watching and listening now, live or after the fact, draw close as I say this. If you're not happy that your favorites are being mistreated, that your favorites were released, if you blame Vince, stop watching. It doesn't mean you no longer support the talent. It just means you're not going to put any more of your money in his pocket. I'm not campaigning for it. I'm just saying, if you want to make an immediate impact on that company, stop giving your money to them. Sean says, I've stopped watching. Good for you, my friend. If that's how you feel, stop watching. I'm for it. Toby with the Jim Jones comment. I can't put that up there. That's a little extreme. People who, Toby, I don't know how old you are, brother, but people who don't know that story may not get what you're saying, but it's extreme. Ray says, people complain about WWE, and yet the ratings are what they are. Vince is a pile of horse poo. The ratings aren't good, Ray, to your point. They aren't good. What's up, Ash? She says, I read that it wasn't his call so much with these cuts. I don't watch it often anymore. Talking about Vince, I disagree. This is Vince's call. It's his call. Because he's the one saying yes and no. Now, there is a world in which he has given Nick Khan free reign and said, I trust you. Let me know how it goes. But I have a hard time even believing that. Now, for all I know, a week from now to be released, he's handed the company to Khan. He has his full confidence. Vince is stepping down. And all y'all will look back on this episode and go, that Tom's a hack, man. He's got a great beard, but that dude's a hack. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We shall see. She also said that is like Disney. They can find. Speaking of Disney, what are the chances that Disney buys this train wreck? I mean, this company. Yeah. So don't feel bad for William Regal. Okay. Don't feel bad for Samoa Joe. Don't feel bad for Road Dogg. A lot of people don't because Road Dogg. It's Road Dogg. I'm just saying. Road Dogg's social media is not too much fun to look at. Okay. Don't feel bad for Joe. Regal's awesome. I said at any given time that William Regal was perhaps the best worker in that locker room. I stick to that. Christopher says, Vince, just because he's killing the wrestling promotion I grew up on, and I just don't get it. Just my opinion. And see, Chris, I was telling someone last night. I was telling Chris and Phil, actually. I didn't grow up a WWE kid. I grew up a Crockett kid. Still am a Crockett kid, okay? And so WWE wasn't my promotion growing up. I didn't start watching WWE full-time until the Attitude Era started because I was watching both programs full-time at that point. You know what I mean? I knew of them, and I knew what they were doing, and I would watch some WWE on TV, but never full-time until the Monday Night Wars. The Attitude Era began. Then I started watching full-time. I didn't go into this with like, oh, they're destroying. It's my childhood. No, it's not. Not for me. For me personally, it's not. Montrese is here to wish me a happy new year. Montrese, you're awesome. I love you. Thank you so much for hanging out. Key says the only way I get results from each wrestling organization is online. Oh, I see, because you're not watching. You know, I can't. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you, my friend. Some people are so soured by this, they can't even watch it anymore. Claire, my friend from across the pond, CJB herself. Happy New Year to you in Manchester, Claire. Happy New Year to you from Conover, North Carolina. I know what you're thinking. The hotbed of society. The epicenter of the United States that is Conover, North Carolina. I'm just teasing you. It's a very small town. I love when you show up. Thank you so much for hanging out. You're awesome. Toby says, same here. I'm a Crockett kid. There you go, my friend. E says, how long will Ali, Ricochet, Otis, Veer, and Bobby Roode stay with WWE? Will they last until... I don't say... Dude, I'd make no predictions on anybody. Nobody. CJB is driving home on the wrong side of the road. Claire, I'm trying to crack you up. Is it working? Watch that traffic, Claire. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. Let's see where you are, Nate. Nate says, I haven't watched any wrestling in about 2 years because the last WrestleMania I watched with AJ and the Undertaker match sucked. It was more theatrics than match. Nate, my friend, I encourage you, get past the AEW war and with WWE or non-war, whatever. Give Dynamite a chance if you can, and give New Japan a chance if you can. If you can get yourself to do it, I promise you will see something that you will take away and enjoy. I promise you. It may only be one thing. I'm telling you, I really feel like you'll enjoy something. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you. Happy New Year to you, sir. Would I go to a Raw? I've been to Raw and SmackDown many times over the years. I've been to WWE shows. I've been to NXTs. I've been to pay-per-views. Yeah, baby. I have no problem going. I want the show to be good. You know what I mean? Yeah, Toby says Veer can't find Raw. They could have cut him already. No one told him. It's like Office Space. They moved Milton down to the basement. He'd actually been released, but he kept getting a paycheck. No one told him he'd been fired. No one told Veer. Wait a minute. Who's still running that promo on Veer's coming? We fired that guy months ago. How funny would that be, right? I mean, not funny if he got fired. I'm just saying. Happy New Year to you as well, Ray. God, I love my audience. You guys are the freaking greatest, man. Robbie, what's up? Says, I grew up both a world-class WWE guy because I'm from Tejas. So I grew up in the Gary Hart, Von Erich, and Chris Adams era. So, oh my God, can we talk a minute about old school world class? Baby, the Freebirds and the Von Erichs, Iceman King Parsons, Gino Hernandez. Shut up. I watched that stuff for a long time. The Von Erich boys coming in through the crowd, getting mugged by the chicks. Maybe having relations with women on the way to the ring. It sure looked like it, didn't it? Everyone, please go check out the Untitled Wrestling podcast. Tag is here. Troy Anthony Grant. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Dude, we've got to do a 6M. We were supposed to do a Christmas episode and a bunch of stuff happened. We got to do Face Off. Hit me, Troy. Let's set this thing up. You and James as well. Sugar Shane says, Tom, remember when Crockett left NWA and they brought in that booker that had no wrestling experience? You talking about the guy that had WCW, Jim Hurd? Yeah, that was a joke, man. What's up, Chris? No worries, man. Glad you're here. Gentleman Chris Adams. Thank you, Sean. Without Gentleman Chris Adams, ain't no super kick. Don't get mad at the Bucks, kids. Get mad at Gentleman Chris Adams. I'm just saying. Troy, Shanna wants you back on the show. She misses that boyish charm and movie star good looks that you have. There you go. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Again, don't anybody feel bad for Regal and Joe. They're going to be just fine. Okay. We just sit back and watch this stuff just keep happening, don't we? It's insane. Who watched some Wrestle Kingdom this week? I have a confession to make. I am woefully behind on Wrestle Kingdom. I got stuff to do. And it happened like 2 nights in a row, and I'm up all next day working, and I'm just oy vey. It's tough to make it happen for me. I've got to catch up. I heard night 2 was really good. I did see the Okada match where he beat Shingo. I've seen bits and pieces of the match with Ospreay. And spoiler alert, Okada won and retained. He is your IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Here's what I'll say. I love Shingo. I respect Ospreay's work in the ring. The title's on the right guy, in my opinion. Troy, to your point, we've got a headline coming up about Kenta, and you probably already know for sure. So yeah, I got to get caught up. I got to get caught up for sure. So, Tim says Troy and Phil Lindsay need to be on show with Tom. Man, they've been here before, baby. I got to get everybody on the same page. Chad says I'm super pumped. Kyle O'Reilly is all elite. Yeah. We'll hang our heads and mourn the untimely loss of Cool Kyle, a gimmick that never should have been born in the first place. So there you go. Toby says, if you don't know Okada, you're missing out. Definitely the best in the world. As long as Okada has air in his lungs and boots on his feet, he is the best in the world, in my humble opinion. What's up, Alma? Thanks for hanging out today, my friend. Mentioned the great Sidney Poitier. Yes, condolences to the family of Sidney Poitier for sure. Oh, Troy, I still have an invite to the Untitled Wrestling Podcast. Every time these guys have invited me on, I couldn't do it for whatever reason. I would love to be on your show, man, and bring on my silly, yank goofball white boy gimmick to your table. So everybody else in your show can say, Who's this clone? I can't do a voice. James has the best voice. Troy, James has the best voice of all time. James should have been a voiceover guy. There's still time, James. Just saying. Tim says, I'm waiting for Okada and Briscoe brothers in AEW. Here's what's going to happen, Tim. On this day, Okada's announced for AEW. On the same day, Tom buys tickets. Going to see him. You understand? I will move heaven, earth, and kill all y'all to get to go see Okada. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to kill you guys. Who would watch the show if I did? I'll hire someone to do it. Now, see, if any one of you people end up dead at the hands of some crazy axe murder, they're going to come looking for me. These are jokes, officers. They're just jokes. Okay. Ray talking about Adam Cole as king. Evidently, Ray is an Adam Cole fan. And because Ray basically mentioned the name and I take care of my friends, how about this? I need to work on that soundbite. That thing cuts in and out really, really quick. Chris says Samuel Elliott has the best voice. James Luft may disagree with that. I'm just saying. So yeah, kids, go catch up on Wrestle Kingdom. I plan on doing that as well. Troy, I mentioned this already. Kenta is off of night 3 of Wrestle Kingdom and has been announced by NJPW. Get this. He has a dislocated left hip, a broken nose, tendon damage to his finger, and severe lacerations to his back. He's not working it. This is shoot, brother. So yeah, he's not been cleared. Needless to say, he's not been cleared for night 3 of the show. All the best to Kenta. We need Kenta back and in good health sooner rather than later. So I'm looking forward to seeing him back in action. So let's make that happen, kids. Yeah, all the best to Kenta. He's a legend in Japanese wrestling. He's a legend in wrestling, period. So yeah, we need to see him back bigger and better than ever. Talking about Victor says, look at that pushback Brody debut because Ray. Yeah, Ray. Did you see that bump on Dynamite? Holy God in heaven. Ray, man. Ray Phoenix just really dislocated his arm or dislocated his elbow. It was vicious. Go back and watch it. It happened. You know, sometimes you only see things as it happens during replay. I saw it as it happened. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he's broke something for sure. He says, what would you say when WWE releases Cameron Grimes? I would say it's a dark day in professional wrestling. There you go. Do you think Adam Cole is going to portray the Bucks? I think Adam Cole is much better as a heel. I don't know how this plays out, but the group formerly known as Undisputed Era could name themselves anything if they want to name themselves anything at all. It's up to them. But we'll see how it plays out. I like the fact that we're just going to be uncomfortable with it for a good long time. I say let it simmer. AEW is really good sometimes, not all the time. Really good sometimes at letting things just simmer. Now I'm going to talk about the Sid Vicious leg break. I can't watch it. It's too much. I watched it live as it happened on Raw or Nitro, and I'm sitting there and I went, oh, God, and jumped back. And a buddy of mine at the time, because they showed it on instant replay like a dozen times, or we had it on, we recorded it, he rewound it, and he's going, dude, look. And he watched it like a dozen times. I'm like, dude, I'm like, turn my head. I still can't watch it. Anyone I've showed it to goes, play that back. What just happened? Like it's beyond belief. It's beyond belief. And the story at the time was that someone backstage suggested he do that stupid freaking move. Dude, 7 foot tall, come off the second turnbuckle with a big boot. What? And you're putting all your weight on the other foot? Needless to say, I don't think anyone's ever done that move again. Shouldn't have done it that night. All right. This moment of silence brought to you by Tom Clark's Main Event, so I can do this.
I'm going to the moon!
And if you don't like that,
you can kiss my grin!
it makes me happy. All right. AEW Battle of the Belts. Guess who's going to be there? Right here, baby. Right here. I'll be in Charlotte on Saturday night, tomorrow night, actually, for AEW Battle of the Belts. We've only had 2 matches announced, and supposedly there's going to be an announcement tonight regarding one of the only 2 matches that have been advertised. It's called Battle of the Belts, but guess what? Where's the other belts at, Tony Khan? Answer the phone, Tony. Cody Rhodes defending the TNT Championship against Sammy Guevara. Britt Baker, God bless it. I never had this thing ready. Dr. Britt Baker defending against Riho, the AEW World Women's Championship. Gone from the equation of the AEW World Tag Team Championships. The FTW Championship's not there. And, of course, neither is the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I don't call this Battle of the Belts that all the titles being defended. You're just teasing your boy. And the TBS Championship not defended either. So, whatever tonight's announcement is, I want it. I want it. You guys watch the show tomorrow night. You may see me up in the mezzanine because I waited a long time to get tickets and I'm not on the floor. Shucks. I'll be there with the boy and with a friend of mine. So go watch the show. Number one, it's fun. Number two, I'll be there. It says it's an hour show, but I guarantee you this, we'll get more than an hour tomorrow night. They'll probably be recording some content tomorrow. So that'd be cool too. There you be. No, I'm not ringside. Last ringside show I was at was an NXT show. Before they fired all of them. Yeah. That made me think of something.
I'm better than you, and you know it.
That's not the one I meant to hit. I meant to hit this.
Yeah.
I love that one. Yeah. So there you go. Molly, what's up, my friend? Migraine City over here. Love the DMD button. Well, I don't know, Molly, if you know this, but Tom Clark's main event is good for what ails you. It's recommended by 3 out of 5 doctors across the world. Tom Clark's main event can cure everything, even the common cold. Even the migraine is no match for Tom Clark's main event. Later on, I'm going to play the bass and turn it up way loud. And you got to put your ear way up to the thing, the speaker. It'll fix it all. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There we go. Sheree says, love the promo between Punk and MJF. These two guys are absolutely made for each other in the ring and on the mic, for sure. Troy says, I might be in your neck of the woods later this year, Tom. I'm coming stateside. Well, good God, Troy. Tell me where you're going to be. Let's try to hook up, man. You're going to be on the West Coast, though, because I know my geography. And England's over that way. So, yeah. I don't know. It looks good, right? England's actually that way. You don't know either. Shut up. For all you know, I got all this figured out. Dude, that'd be cool, man. I've already met Phil and Chris live and Graham in living color. So there you go. Chad. Where'd you go, Chad? The two best shows, Tom Clark. I'm going to give my boy Chris Featherstone a free, cheap, shameless plug. Pancakes and Power Slams. He's doing great work on that show. That pod's been going for a long time. Chris has become a great friend, a colleague. He's helped me out tremendously over the years. You guys need to go patronize Chris Featherstone. When he puts up a link, click on it. I assure you won't be sorry you did. He's a stand-up guy as well. I can't say enough good things about Dr. Chris Featherstone. There you go. Let's see. Let's talk a bit about this past AEW Dynamite. We have new AEW World Tag Team Champions. The aforementioned Phoenix and Penta El Zero have lost the championships that they won it all out that I was at in Chicago, right? Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy are your new tag champs. How do you guys feel about Jurassic Express holding their first ever championship gold in the company? Pretty cool, right? I love Jungle Boy, and I'm a big Luchasaurus fan. I'm not even going to lie. Really, really fun stuff. I'm happy for them. Man, did you see Jungle Boy's sister and mom? God, dude, they were beside themselves. I love true emotion. It makes me tear up when I watch stuff like that. I'm not kidding. Orlando, what's up, my friend? What's good with you? How are you? Thanks for tuning in. He says a lot of you guys do, and I appreciate you for doing that. You're supporting the Wrestling Rumors brand, and you're also supporting a good friend, so I appreciate you guys. La, 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 la. Yeah, we talked about Ray Phoenix getting hurt. Troy says, I'm starting in Boston and ending in Florida. I'm told there's a small place called Carolina in between. That's right, Troy. Don't go the wrong one, because I'm not in South Carolina. I'm in East Carolina. I'm just kidding. I'm in North Carolina. Troy's like, holy God, is there an East Carolina? I'm not going to do your accent. Did you see that? Did you check that? Did you catch it? Is there an East Carolina? Hey, man, I would do that for your country. You know what I mean? Wait a minute. There's a what over there? Yeah. For all I know, there's a Conover in England. It's so weird how stuff works. I bet there's a town called North Carolina in freaking England, isn't there? I would not be surprised. Weird how I remember when I was a kid hearing that there was a Moscow in Georgia or a Georgia in Russia. And I'm like, what? It blew my freaking mind. Where am I going with this? Nowhere. Troy, that'd be awesome, man. That's so cool. Yeah, hit me later. Let's figure this out. We can at least hang out and get dinner or something. Maybe if there's an indie wrestling show that weekend, we can catch it somewhere if you want to, man. That'd be cool. Shannon says, I'm so happy for Jurassic Express. They are my favorite tag team in AEW. Dude, I'm very, it's very cool to see these two guys get some flowers for a change. You know what I mean? And they've been working hard. Here's what I'll submit to you. Everybody talking about Jungle Boy should have done this, blah, blah, blah. These things take time. You don't put titles on guys that get there 5 minutes after they get there. In my humble opinion, you let this thing simmer, which is what AEW's done. And I'm happy about it, dude. I'm way happy about it. And people talking about, I see Yama talking about Christian. It's great. It's so good with Christian because when Christian cuts their throats and costs them the belts, it's going to mean so much more. And he will. He will. Christian's a much better heel. Christian's a really, really good face. He's a much better heel. Chris says it's 4 degrees, but it feels like 10 below zero here. I'm sure it feels like 80 below here because I'm cold all the time. Oh, Ray says your 6M pod on Tribe was amazing. We did the Low End Theory by a Tribe Called Quest. Their fantastic second album. Phil and I did it. Thank you, Ray. Ray, my friend, do something for me, brother. Take that 6M pod link and just share it to everybody you know, if you don't care. Anybody that you know that appreciates music, movies, Marvel, and all that stuff, that'd mean loads to me. It doesn't put money in my pocket, man, but I just want to get the name of the show out there. If you can do that for me, brother, you know I'd appreciate you for it, for sure. Toby says Tom lives in the Blue Devil State. Don't be telling. Actually, I live in a Tar Heel state. My state's called the Tar Heel State. Toby. So. I've never been to New York, Ray. One day I'll get there. I promise you. I promise you. And Ray, when we do, I'll look you up, man. Paris, Georgia. There you go, Ricardo. Yeah, I know East Carolina's a college, Chris. Come on. I get it. Oh, also, Shane, you're mentioning it. Too early to put the bet on Jade, Ruby. So it was too early, Shane, but that's the plan they're going with. And we can sit back and talk all day about how she's not ready. She's not ready. Is she better than she was a year ago? Yes, she is. Is she good enough to be a champion? That's not my call. That's Tony Khan's call. I can tell you all day what I think. The fact is I deal with what's done in front of me. They're moving forward with her. She's still getting lost in the ring. I think everyone that knows how this stuff works and sees the match play out and knows what's going on, they can see that she's getting lost. There's hesitation. But in her defense, I have said for a very long time that she is having to learn her craft in front of a live audience. And that is no small task. It's not an easy feat, kids. Most time you get to learn in front of 20, 30 people tops, and you get reps in over the course of a year, 2 years, 3 years, and maybe you work your way to an Impact or an AEW or whatever, and it's a natural progression. She's had no natural progression at all. Okay? So try to, I don't want to say take it easy on her. She doesn't need your sympathy or your sentimentality. I'm sure she probably wouldn't want it anyway, but try to understand what we're talking about here and give her a chance, man. Give her a chance. I'm not saying she's great. I don't think she's great. Do I think she can be great? It's possible. We'll see what happens. I have heard about Brody King coming to AEW. I love me some Brody. I can't wait to see Big Brody King in AEW. It makes me so happy. So happy. Toby says, I like Jade having the belt. Now the chase is on by the faces. As we all know, a heel as champion is much better than a face as champion. Why is that? Because the story is in the chase, not the win. It's in the journey, not the destination. That's how it is. The best pro wrestling storylines of all time have been the chase. And that's the chase now that Jade is your heel TBS champion. Ray says Cole's going to beat the brakes off Atlas Saturday. Atlas is getting an MRI. I don't know what the results are, but apparently, spoiler alert, Atlas, and we're talking about Dynamite tonight, right? We'll get there. So yeah, there we go. What else we got going on here today, kids? Let's talk a little bit about Rampage. We know some about what's going to happen on the show tonight. Adam Cole, as we said, versus Jake Atlas. Hook versus Aaron Solo. No holds barred match. Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz will face Danny Garcia and 2.0. Then a women's tag team match, Britt Baker. Let's see. Britt Baker and Rebel against Ruby Soho and Riho. There's your Rampage card. If you know the results, do not share them, please. You give spoilers on my show, you get kicked out the show. Preach. There you go. I don't like spoilers, man. David Down Under, how are you, my friend? Good morning to you, sir. Chad says send Hook. I love that. Dude, he's got Punk to thank for his career at this point. I'm just saying. That's a good. Will asks, where's Marco? That's a good question. I'm not sure. Is he out? Is he hurt? Is he sick? I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know. Hello, Stefan. How are you doing, my friend? Hey to you, sir. Glad you're hanging out as well. Sugar Shane says NWA. I saw that. I haven't catched any of the shows yet, but I need to get caught up on NWA as well. There's your quick preview. Let's talk a little bit about ratings. This week, AEW Dynamite, 1.01 million for the debut on TBS. Last week, the show was up as well to 975, the last show on Dynamite. This week's Rampage, we're not sure yet. Last week was, of course, New Year's Eve, down to 453,000. It is what it is. Let's talk about a little bit NXT before we start taking this thing home here today, kids. Braun Breaker, and a surprise to no one on the planet or any other, is your brand new NXT champion. So, they had him rip down the old logo. They had him kick the X in half. And they're letting him do all of his dad and his uncle's moves. And then you don't get to see his dad till after the fact on social media. This is the weirdest company ever. It's the weirdest company ever. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. It makes my head hurt. It's so incredibly odd. Let's make references to Dogface Gremlin. Let's Steiner Recliner. Let's Frankensteiner. Let's talk about. He's barking and he looks like him and he wears the gear like him and he works like him. He works like his uncle, and you're like, why can't you just tell me? Why can't you just tell me? I mean, if they cared so much about not telling you who his dad and his uncle are, then why is he using all their gimmicks on TV? It's the weirdest company of all time. I will never understand it. I never understand it. What's up, Joe? What's up, Joe? How are you, my friend? Dudes at Ringside Wrestling Podcast. Go check it out, kids. Yes. We'll see. Robbie, not really giving spoilers, but trying to mess with everybody. I like it. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. I don't get it, man. It's the weirdest thing ever. But he's your champ. That's how it is. NXT is no longer the NXT that we knew and loved. NXT may be something you love now, but for me personally, it's too hard to watch for me. Raw's too hard to watch for me. I saw the replay of when Liv Morgan stood up to Becky in the ring, and then her and Bianca went at it, and then Becky held the belt up at the end of the little melee. And from the time that Bianca and Liv touched to the moment that Becky held up the title, I counted 33 camera cuts. 33. I just don't. I don't care about it anymore. They have taken a show that I watch religiously and covered religiously every Monday night, and they turned into something that I can't even watch anymore. Now they don't care because who am I to them, right? But I just can't. And I'm what you would call a diehard pro wrestling fan, and I'm not watching anymore. Yeah, it's okay. They're not missing my money. They're getting a lot more from a lot of other people, so it's okay. But I'm just giving you my own personal viewpoint. My own personal viewpoint. Okay. Smackdown preview, baby. I got 2 words for you. The first one was Brock. The second was Lesnar. Tonight on the blue brand, baby. Brock, by God, Lesnar, you're brand new champ. Here's what I'm going to say about this. Okay. They are, for all intents and purposes, leading to Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. And I don't get it. I don't know why we feel the need for this, because are we talking about, hey, let's unify the titles. Let's just unify the titles. Come on, man. I mean, does anyone actually believe this? Does anyone actually believe this? I mean, what would be the point? Because if they do, they're just going to take it at the belts and split them up again. You guys know that, right? God's sake. I just don't know. I just don't know. I mean, and listen, let's talk for a second about Big E, because we haven't covered this. This is the first new show of the new year. I mean, Big E's no longer WWE champion. So let me get this straight. He killed Kofi. Kofi's not been the same since then in terms of a single star. Of all the guys in the match he could have pinned, he pinned the champion, and that champion's name is Big E. Why? You know what's left? Xavier Woods starts climbing the ladder, wins the title. Brock kills him too. Let me say this. In case you've never listened to the show, you've never watched the show. What's up? I'm Tom. In case you don't know, now you'll know. This is not Brock's call. This is one guy, and the guy's name is not Khan, it's Vince. This is Vince's call. Vince wanted the belt on Brock. He made it happen. Okay? Don't nobody get mad at Brock. You're putting your anger and your frustration on the wrong guy. But ask yourself this. Why did it have to be Big E that he pinned? The great white hope, stay with me, the great white hope that is Brock Lesnar, pinning the black heavyweight champion for the second time. Now, I want you to think about something. Am I saying, Tom said Vince is racist? I didn't say that. But in my opinion, for me, where I'm sitting in this comfy chair, it's not a good look, guys. It's not a good look. Now, you can disagree if you'd like. It's perfectly fine. It's fine. You can say I'm crazy. I've lost what few marbles I had. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. I'm sorry. It's how I feel. What's up, Eric? Thank you for hanging out, friend. Go back and watch the show, man. Ray has thoughts that are a little bit more straightforward than mine are. There you go. Toby says, Vince has Roman, Brock, Charlotte, and Becky as champ. The man is in absolute heaven until he wants someone else. Ray says Mandy is champ because she's good looking. Case closed. Ray said that. I didn't say it. Ray said it. Chad, thank you for hanging out, my friend. Ray, freaking Chad spent his lunch with us. Chad, you are the freaking man, baby. You're awesome. Jeff says, I assume Lesnar whined himself to the title since he could not face Roman. No, don't assume anything, Jeff. No one is going to come to Vince and say, I want that title tonight. You better give it to me. Least of all, Brock Lesnar. It's not going to happen. This is Vince's decision. And let's say that Brock did come to him and say, I'd like to have the title. Guess what? He didn't legitimately pin Big E. That pin was allowed to happen by Vince McMahon. You see what I'm saying? So again, point your frustration at the right person. Eric says, I was just at AEW in Jersey. Was amazing. Guess I missed the good talk. Now talking about that hot garbage company. Oh, no, it's okay. We bounce. Will says at least he gave a Big E a title reign. But to what degree is that okay? Well, if you're talking about a company that's has some excellent African-American performers come through in the past 50 years, okay? And you're telling me that it's okay? At least the black guy got a title run. That's not good enough for me. For me personally, it's not good enough. At some point, we got to stop thinking about, hey, he got one. They should be set. Hey, are you black guys set? Big E got a run. I'm not making fun of you, Wilf. Just stay with me here, all right? At some point, we got to stop looking at color. It's got to be Big E worked his way to that title. He earned it. He didn't earn Brock Lesnar beating him in a match that he had no storyline involved in at all. No heat, no connection, no nothing. Big E's good enough to carry the title through the year, but not at WrestleMania season. Same with Kofi. Same with a bunch of other guys who aren't good enough to carry it because it's WrestleMania season and we got to put the title on Brock. Get mad at Vince. Don't get mad at Brock. But that's what I'm telling you that's happened already. There you go. There you go. Chris says, no, they don't really have enough. You're talking about African-American superstars that can carry it. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that, Chris? All roads lead back to Vince. All roads lead back to Vince. I can answer everything anyone says right now with all roads lead back to Vince. Shannon says, read that before the match changed, Seth was supposed to win the WWE Championship. Big E was robbed. He does a longer run. Here's what I'll tell you about Seth supposedly winning. That came from a website, not from WWE itself. Now, Shannon, I'm not saying everyone's wrong in reporting it. I'm not saying that the source that gave it to them is wrong either. I'm just saying we have to take everything we hear with a grain of salt. All roads lead back to Vince. Key says Big E should win the Rumble and face Roman for the title at WrestleMania. I'd buy that for $1. I'll buy that. I love it. Will says Bobby Lashley held it long. And Brock held it for a year, Wilf. Brock held it for 400 and some days. What's your point? What is your point? We got to stop talking about, well, at least they got that. That's not good enough anymore. You should put the belt on the guys who have earned it and who work hard to get it and keep it. That's who you put the belt on. And don't look past the black guys because, well, they're a tag team or they're this or they're that. Knock it off. You can't tell me that company's not done that a lot in the past. I got 2 words for you, Booker T. Anyone remember that god-awful storyline with Hunter? They had the opportunity to do the right thing and put the belt on Booker. They didn't do it because they made it a joke about race and about slaves and slave owners because Vince thought that was funny. All roads lead back to Vince. I'm not targeting you, Wilf. I'm just saying. Molly says, any ideas of splitting up the Street Profits? As soon as Vince sees dollar signs with Montez Ford, and he will, they will be split up. And Montez will work his way to the title and get beat by Brock in 20 seconds. I love Street Profits. Same. Toby says it should never be about throwing bones to save face. It should be about who has earned it. I agree. I'm not suggesting. I'm glad you said it that way, Toby. I'm not suggesting, oh, God, we better give it to a black guy so it looks good. I don't say that either. But at the same time, you have to know what a bad look is. It's a bad look to have him squash 2 African-American champions like they weren't even there. Now, this match was different. He didn't exactly squash Big E. I get it. He could have pinned anyone in that match. Why did he pin Big E? Why did he pin Big E? all roads lead back to Vince. Okay? You can hate that. You can say I'm wrong. You can say I'm blowing it up, that I'm going for the cheap pop and a cheap headline. I don't care. I know what I see. All right? I know what I see. Ray says Booker T should have been WWE champ, but ooh, I'm not gonna put that comment up, Ray. Ray, I'm not gonna invalidate what you're saying, brother. Everybody's okay with their opinion. I'm perfectly fine with your opinion. Molly, thanks for hanging out. Molly gonna go eat. Dang, Molly. I'd have brought you a sandwich if I knew you were hungry. Molly. Chris says just like Bobby Lashley pinned Kevin Owens. I mean, listen, everybody can come back after me if they want to and try to revert. Chris, not that you're doing that. Everybody can come back after me and try to reverse the colors. I don't care. I'm not backing down from this point. We are still having conversations in 2022 about why can the wrestling business not get this figured out? Why are we still having these talks? Because people want to stir the pot? Some people do. But we're just still having these talks because it has to happen. It's ridiculous. Ray, don't apologize, brother. Don't apologize, brother. You hear that? We've got they're clearing land and stuff around our house. We've got like new houses going up in this area. No, sir. I don't like it. Ratings, then we take it home. This week, Raw, 1.72 million compared to last week, 1.5 million. 1.59, excuse me. NXT, 685, up from last week, 662. This week's Smackdown, yet to be defined. Last week was 378. Again, it was New Year's Rockin' Eve. Guess what that means, kids? Ray, I look forward to your question about Adam Cole. Wilf, don't apologize, brother. It's okay. Don't anybody apologize for opposing my viewpoint. We can all begin this as friends and end it as friends. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's all good, man. Can I tell you guys something? I've only ever banned one person from this show. Ever. I'm not going to tell you why. But he said something in the chat I didn't care for, and I banned him. Kicked him out. And he messaged me after the fact. And, I told him, I said, brother, I don't put up with that kind of talk that you're trying to throw into my chat. It's not happening. I said, if you want to continue to be my friend on Facebook, that's fine. But don't throw something like that at me again. So, no, you're not going to watch my show again. You're done. So I kicked him out. I hate being mean, Dad. Sometimes you got to. E trying to fight me. Thoughts on the Vikings missing the playoffs? Dang, E, why you got to do that? I'm just messing with you. I would take more offense, man, but can I be honest with you? E, I haven't followed religiously in a while. We had that great run at the playoffs, and then we dealt the quarterback because I'm like, he got us to the playoffs. What are we doing? Well, Tom, he's not. I mean, that was just, he's not the guy. Okay, so the one you replace him with is the guy? Really? Okay. What was that Punk meme? Yeah, okay, pal. Ray says, EPMD or De La Soul. And if Adam Cole came to your house with a huge pot of grits for you and your family and there was enough for me, can I have more? If Cole came to the house with a huge pot of grits that had cheese, butter, and salt, I'm your guy. And yes, you can have a bowl. You got to chill. EPMD, man. Oh, God bless it. I was just listening to 3 is a Magic Number yesterday, actually. I don't know if I can do this, Ray. You make it too hard. Oh. I'll say De La Soul. That's tough for me, but that's who I'll go with. Vic says, does WWE have enough women for the Royal Rumble? That's a legit question, Vic. I don't know. Gene says, I'm the best wrestling podcast ever. You're just saying it because it's true. Stop. Gene, I love you. You're the best. Thank you so much, guys, for saying stuff like that. It warms the cockles of my heart. It's a cockle warming moment, if I'm being honest. Do you see the messed up eye? It's all the evil I have in my system coming out. I got allergies like a mother this time of year. And you know what happens? It always happens in the wintertime, not the summer months. Isn't that weird? So odd, dude. Shane says it is January and WWE will start with the MLK birthday tribute, and yet they still do what they are doing. To me, Bobby Lashley is a champ. And Lashley's not done, Shane. He's still there. So, I mean, it'll come back around eventually, I hope. You know what I mean? Jumping Jeff Sharma. Jeff, before you leave, we're going live next Thursday. Thursday, not Friday. Everyone listen up. Tom Clark's main event next Thursday, not Friday. Does everyone remember that? Thursday. We're going to be a day early and $1 more. Am I looking forward to WrestleMania? We'll see. I'll probably watch. Sheree says, who do I think will be Roman's new console? I don't think he needs one. I think the Paul Heyman gimmick worked. And why they killed it, I don't know. But don't be surprised when Paul helps Roman beat Brock at WrestleMania. 3 is a magic number, Ray. You're 100% right. Ricardo says Bayley comes back and wins the Rumble. I'm with you. The boy's good, Ray. Thank you for asking. He got himself to a spot of trouble recently because he's that age and boys will be boys. And I want to put him through a table. But the authorities say child violence is not a good parenting tool. But he's had a table with his name on it for years. We'll see if he keeps himself in line. He says, who do you dislike more, Tom Brady or Vicky? I don't dislike Vince or Tom. Tom's a winner. Vince is Vince. It's Vince's company. Vince can do whatever he wants. Do I like his tactics? No. Do I like the way he does business? Not especially. Vince is a billionaire or a millionaire with $1 billion company. It's all good. I don't care what he does. I hate that his decisions negatively impact talents. That sucks. I don't like the things he does. I don't hate the guy. I don't know him to hate him. And I don't dislike him. I'm just not a big fan. Tom Brady's a winner. And I'm sorry. I can't dislike the guy just because he's a winner, kids. I just can't. Just can't. The guy found the fountain of youth. I'm just saying, dude. Ray says it's snowing in New York. Ray, you can keep your snow. Who should challenge Jade Cargill for the TBS title? Tim, the beautiful part of that question is any face on the roster can, female, and that would be great for me. Carlos, no, today was at 12 for sure, not 1. So there you go. Well, Paul's with Brock anyway, Wilf. They put them back together. I think it's more of a swerve. This whole thing with him and Roman was just a swerve Brock. Ray says, will Strong get fired and go to AEW and be the last of the coattails? I think it's only a matter of time for Roderick. They let Roderick Strong go because they're going to look at him as an Indy Star veteran. There you go. Robbie says, if you could pick 4 wrestlers living or dead from any promotion to see in a battle royal. Ooh. Robbie always asks me the Mount Rushmore questions. Okay. I'm not huge on battle royal matches, but if you're gonna put me on the spot, God, I don't know. Should we go all big men? Let's go all big men. Let's go Andre, of course. Let's go Andre, Undertaker, Kane, and Walter. I like it already. That's quick and easy. In and out. Grand opening, grand closing. I'm not going to put your silly little comment up. Shannon, I love you. Thank you so much for hanging out. You're the best. Toby says somebody should have told my parents child violence is wrong. Those switches. Oh, brother. Let me just tell you something, Toby. You had to make sure you got a big switch. Am I right? Mama said, you better go outside and get it switched. I'd come back with a little tiny something. Here it is, Mom. You better go back and get it bigger. I'll get it myself. It's got like leaves and like a squirrel hanging on it. It's the truth, man. I feel you. Key says, what do you think will happen to Ciampa? I think Ciampa's on the way out. And I'm not saying he's going to be fired. I'm not saying anything crazy is going to happen. But I just don't think Ciampa will be around much longer. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see what happens. I love Ciampa a lot. Toby says, give me Okada, Omega, Cole, and Balor. Finn Balor. Oh, my God. I love that match. I'm all for it. But it's a battle royal. Give me a fatal 4-way. You know? Ray, you're the best, man. I love you, brother. Thank you for hanging out with us today, man. You're always awesome. Oh, man, we're going an hour and 15 minutes. He's got one himself. Dusty Rhodes, Vader, Andre, and Test. Dusty and Andre shared the ring many times through the years. Test, really? Wow. I didn't dislike Test at all. Yeah. Stefan asked, did you talk about your favorite match of 2021? Whew. I don't know if I have one, Stefan. My favorite event was All Out in Chicago because I was there and I just had so much fun that night. God, do I have one? Punk and Darby was really fun for me because it was Punk's first match back. Very memorable. God, that's tough, dude. That's tough. I've not talked about anything. Last year we did the year in review and we talked about things that happened, but we didn't go our favorites on anything. Cherie says Irish Spring soap was nasty. Never cursed in front of my mom ever until I was an adult. Did you have soap in the mouth? I never got that. Boy, I was threatened. You know what my mom will tell you? Two things. One, I'm the best ever. Two, I was the greatest kid ever. That's the truth. She tells me to this day I was a good kid. The boy, the wife, the dog, and the amazing Tom Clark. Who wins? The dog every single time. Do you see DIY joining AEW? Ciampa and Gargano? Yes, I do. I think it's only a matter of time, in my opinion. Well, kids, we're going to end with that really excellent question. A week from yesterday at 12 p.m. live Eastern Standard Time, next Thursday is the day, not Friday. Friday, Tom's indisposed, baby. Next Thursday, live, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tom Clark's main event. If anything changes, you guys be the first ones to know. As long as you turned on the bell. Notifications, Jack. Make it happen. Make it happen. Okay? That's what I got for you. Next Friday, if you tune in at 12 o'clock next Friday, you'll be here by yourself or with other people that got it wrong too, because your boy won't be here. I'm telling you right now. Pay attention. Next Thursday, live at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, your boy's back with the bass, the other bass, and the third bass that you can't see because it's off camera. And the futon, and the shirt, and the coffee, which I didn't bring because I didn't have time. Plus, I think I'm caffeined up enough for everyone today, don't you? So, I'm getting out of here, baby. We're getting out of here. Everybody have a great, safe weekend. Mask up, do the right thing for yourself, your family, and your neighbors, and the people that you don't even know, even if they might be jerks. We need to get through this, kids. Have a great weekend. Watch you some wrestling. Get caught up on Wrestle Kingdom. I love all you guys. You made 2021 much more bearable. You're going to do the same thing for 2022. As long as there's air in these lungs and the desire for you guys to watch the show, this show will continue to stay live in video form. I love you guys so much. You guys are the freaking best, baby. All you guys, all y'all make this thing happen. You make me a better podcaster. There you go. I'll say proper thank yous next week when I'm feeling more emotional. That's it for me. I'm out of here, kids. Have a great week, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. Tom Clark's Main Event.